but we are here to change it. And we can, because we have so many people. The other thing that I'm going to share, I'm not going to do a presentation tonight. I'm going to share our latest stats, which I got a few hours ago. So I'm very, very excited to share that. And we also just need to chat about some very important, not so nice things. I always like to bring a positive energy into the Zoom calls. But at the same time, all of you that are here know that Gift of Legacy is your baby. And we all protect our babies. And, you know, myself, Melissa, and Hercules are the custodians of Gift of Legacy, and our job is to protect Gift of Legacy so that it stays here and so that we can hand down the legacy to our children and our children's children. And unfortunately, that involves getting rid of the negative energy that is attracted to the beautiful life that we are. So I'm going to share my screen. And I've put it on YouTube so that at least we've got Spanish captions. And I think there's another link, Carla, where people can watch the Portuguese captions, yeah?
Yes, we can see that later, yeah.
You were born in a cold prison. It is your country, your state. Number 2, you have to pay for the prison stay. They call the prison fee taxes. Number 3, you have no say what will be done with the money, but you have to pay. Number 4, to pay the money you have to work. The prison encourages you to buy new shiny products, so you feel better about your poor existence. Number 5, you are not allowed to exit the prison far enough to see the prison wall. Number 7, the prison gives you news and entertainment so that you don't discover the prison walls. Number 8, the prison does not allow strong family bonds or strong brotherhood unless you are a part of the group that is running the prison. Number 9, the prison you live in wants you weak, sick and divided, because weak prisoners can't climb the walls. And most important, number 10, the prison is mostly run by other prisoners. It will collapse if enough prisoners will wake up.
We have discovered the prison walls, and we're not only looking at them, we are breaking them down with Gift of Legacy. So we have already realized that we are imprisoned and we are creating a new world. And now we've got Charles Eisenstein, who wrote about sacred economics, and he's just going to be sharing his views. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because with money, we get so lost in our heads, and now it's time to bring it back into the hearts. And I'm just so grateful that all of us are here today to share in the magic that is always going to be Gift of Legacy.
I describe myself as a degrowth activist and as a degrowth theorist. A degrowth activist means that anybody who tries to reestablish human connections, reskill themselves and other people, learn to do things without buying them, then you're a degrowth activist. I'm also a degrowth theorist because I describe what money systems and social structures would work in a degrowth context. The disaster that we've created of the world has come through, or despite all of our best planning and logic and technological solutions and linear thinking. And it's time that we start listening to something else. A real community is a gift economy where you can help your neighbor or help somebody in the community, give something to them, and they don't pay you, but they feel gratitude towards you. So they want to do something for you too. They want to take care of you too. Or even if they have nothing to give to you, somebody else in the community sees that you're being generous. And so the community takes care of you. And if you're not generous, if you're really selfish, then no one wants to take care of you either. So in a gift culture, the more you give, the richer you are, which is kind of the opposite of a money culture. There are ways that people can create connections that don't depend on money. They can do it through the internet, things like time banking, Let's currencies, mutual exchange currencies. In some American cities now, there are car sharing programs where you don't have to own your own car, but there's these kind of public cars, and you just pay for whenever you want to use them. So they're being shared. Every family doesn't need to have its own set of power tools. You just have one or two sets for the whole neighborhood in a big shed. And everybody is just as well off as before, but actually it's bad for the economy in traditional terms, because now you don't have to buy so many sets of power tools. In my ideal world, work becomes a matter of the expression of our gifts, motivated by passion, called forth by the needs, and not coerced by money. And today it's kind of ironic. You know, money is supposed to be society's, the representation of society's gratitude for your contribution. But weirdly enough, today the things where there's the most money, the professions that give the most money, aren't the ones that are contributing the most to society and the planet. You can make a lot of money by doing terrible things. And the things that we need to do the most, there's not much money in those.
Anytime you want to understand something, why is such and such happening? Why is there a biodiversity crisis? Or why are we drilling for more oil when it's polluting the atmosphere and causing oil spills? Why? And you ask why, and down a couple levels of why, you always get to money. Yeah, I talk a lot about the story of self that every culture has. And it answers the question, what are you? What is it to be human? So it says that you're this separate being among other separate beings in a universe that is separate from yourself as well. Like, you're not me, that plant is not me, that's something separate. And this story of self really creates our world. If you're a separate self and there's other separate selves out there and other species out there, and the universe is fundamentally indifferent to you, or even hostile, then you definitely want to control. You want to be able to have power over other beings and over these whimsical, arbitrary forces of nature that could extinguish you at any time. This story is becoming obsolete. It's becoming no longer true. We don't resonate with it anymore. And it's actually generating crises that are insoluble from the methods of control. And that's what's clearing the space for us to step into a new story of self and a new story of the people. Well, money's an agreement. You know, it doesn't have value all by itself. It has value because people agree that it has value. Economists will tell you what money does. It facilitates exchange. You use it to count things and keep track of things. You know, you write some numbers on a magical piece of paper called a check, and you can cause all kinds of abundant goods to come to your house. And you could even cause misery for thousands of people if you are one of the highest initiates of the magic of money. Scarcity is built into the money system. On the most obvious level, it's because of the way money is created as interest-bearing debt. So anytime a bank lends money into existence or the Federal Reserve creates money, the money comes along with a corresponding amount of debt. And the debt, because there's interest on it, is always greater than the amount of money. So it essentially throws people into competition with each other for never enough money. Growth is another thing that's built into our money system. If you're a bank, you're going to lend to the person who's going to create new goods and services so they can profit and they can pay you back. You're not going to lend to somebody who doesn't create goods and services. So money goes toward those who will create even more of it. But basically, economic growth means that you have to find something that was once nature and make it into a good, or was once a gift relationship and make it into a service. You have to find something that people once got for free, or did for themselves or for each other, and then take it away and sell it back to them somehow. By turning things into commodities, we get cut off from nature in the same way as we're cut off from community. We look at nature with eyes of it's just a bunch of stuff. And that leaves us very lonely and leaves us with many basic human needs that go unmet. And if you have money, you might try to fulfill this hunger through purchasing, through buying things, or through accumulating money itself. And of course, now we're nearing the end of growth. The planet can't sustain much more growth. And that's why the crisis that we have today won't go away. One of the things I talk about is the sense of wrongness that I had as a child. Like, I think most kids have some sense of it, that it's not supposed to be this way. You know, just for example, that you're not supposed to actually hate Monday and be happy when you don't have to go to school. Like, school should be something that you love. Life should be something that you love. We didn't earn any of the things that really keep us alive or that make life good. We didn't earn air. We didn't earn being born. We didn't earn our conception. We didn't earn being able to breathe. We didn't earn having a planet that can provide food. We didn't earn the sun. So I think that on some level, people have this inborn gratitude because on some level we know that we didn't earn any of this. We know that life is a gift. Well, if you know that you've received a gift, then the natural response is gratitude, you know, the desire to give in turn. In a gift economy, it's not true the way it is in our money economy that everybody's in competition with everybody else. In a gift society, if you have more than you need, you give it to somebody who needs it. That's how you get status. And that's even where security comes from. Because if you build up all that gratitude, then people are going to take care of you too. And if there are no gifts, then there's no community. And we can see as societies become more monetized, that community has disappeared. People long for it, but you can't just have community as an add-on to a monetized life. You have to actually need each other. People desire to enact their gifts. And if they were free from money, they would do it. But money is so often a barrier. You know, people think, oh, I would love to do this, but can I afford to do it? Is it practical? Money stops them. You know, what beautiful thing would I do? What am I called to do? Would it be to set up big gardens for homeless people to take care of and reconnect them to nature? Would it be to clean up a toxic waste site? Like, what would you do? What beautiful thing would you do? And why isn't it practical to do these things? Why isn't there money in those things? An economy that embodies the principles of the gift is an economy that is simply grounded in the truth. The task before us is to align money with the true expression of our gifts. It requires a very different mechanism for the creation of money and the circulation of money. They include things like negative interest. which reverses the effects of usury. They include things like the internalization of costs, so that you can no longer pollute and have somebody else or future generations pay the costs. They include a social dividend, sharing in the wealth that comes from what should be the commons, the land, the aquifers, our cultural heritage. They include a relocalization of a lot of economic functions. They include all kinds of peer-to-peer finance and the peer-to-peer revolution. What will it take to shift away from the current money system? Well, the current money system just works less and less well. Growth can only be maintained at a higher and higher cost. Even our best efforts can't keep the economy growing as fast as it needs to for the system to work. And that creates further misery. People just can't take it anymore. Even the people on top, even the winners of this artificially induced competition, they're not happy either. It's not working for them either. So I think that we're going to see a series of crisis moments, each one more severe than the last. And at each crisis moment, we'll have a collective choice. Do we give up the game and join the people, or do we hold on even tighter? It's really up to us to determine at what point this wake-up point will happen. Was this all a big mistake? That's a good question, and it sort of, it sure seems like it was sometimes. When you look around at just the horrors that have taken place on this earth and that are ongoing right now, and some people think, I just don't want any part of this. Civilization was a huge mistake. I came to see this whole journey of separation not as a mistake, but as part of a larger process. It started, I think, with the environmental movement in the 1960s. That was its first awakening into mass consciousness. And the astronauts went up and experienced the pinnacle of separation. And the photos that got beamed down, even today, it still evokes love in us. So we're falling in love with Earth. That's one part of our transition into adulthood. The other part is the coming of age ordeal, when the old world falls apart and a new world is born. A child plays. A child plays and develops his or her gifts, but doesn't apply them toward their true purpose yet. And that's what humanity's been doing. Playing with our gifts of technology and culture and developing these gifts. Now we're coming into adulthood, and it's time to apply them to our true purpose. At the beginning, I think that'll be to simply heal the damage that's been done. And there's a lot of healing that needs to be done, and it's almost impossible, actually. You could say that really we're in the business of creating a miracle here on Earth. I'm saying it's something that is impossible from an old understanding of reality, but possible from a new one. And in fact, it's necessary. And in fact, anything less than that isn't even worth trying.
So thank you so much for sharing that with me. And what was once an idea or strategy has now been manifested into existence. Everything that he is speaking of, we are a part of, and we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We just need to stick together, because it doesn't work without people. And the more people we bring, the more we will sing. Unfortunately, because of this beautiful bright light that we attract the dark. And where is the light without the dark? And where is the dark without the light? We try our best to identify leaders from all the countries all over the world. And then we try to work with them, like we do with Carla, like we do with so many people. Oliver, Edgar, there's so many people that we identify and we work with them. And unfortunately, in the Brazilian community, there's been a lot of corruption. And I'm really, really sorry for the majority of you, because if it wasn't for a small handful of people, everybody from Brazil and all the Portuguese speaking places would be in a better space. And we tried to work with these people many, many times. We've had countless Zoom meetings trying to work with them. They always made us feel like they were within the guidelines. Everything, you know, whenever they were approached with certain things, they said that it's jealousy and that we're wrong, and we would give another chance, because we believe that everybody in this world deserves an opportunity to thrive, because we've been just surviving for so long. And unfortunately, we gave warnings to the leaders that were out of the guidelines. We blocked profiles for 24 to 48 hours, and still they spoke badly about us as the custodians, and they spoke badly about Gift of Legacy. Now, Gift of Legacy is something that we've all worked very, 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 very hard on for the last 2 years. And we've had to deal with a fair share of dark energies, but we will eliminate them. We'll give a chance, we'll give another chance. And then when it comes down to it, we have to eliminate these people, because they are a threat to you and your communities, as well as the general well-being of Gift of Legacy. So we've had to make examples, and it's been very sad, because I really thought that these people were good people. And unfortunately, we've had to also eliminate one of the leaders' wives that is supposed to be innocent in all of this. But if your husband is doing bad things and you're allowing that, aren't you also part of the problem? So I'm just sharing this with you, because we will not tolerate anybody that will go to any lengths to defame Gift of Legacy, because those people are why we get the reputation of being a pyramid scheme. It's because of those leaders that are out for themselves, and they use their communities for their own gain. And maybe that works in a different scenario where there's products to be bought and it can be done. But if a leader leaves this community, the only one that suffers are the ones that invited them, because all we need to do is just bring more people. So please don't ever think that you're too good to be working with us and inside the guidelines, because if we hear of any cross-recruiting, it's a no-no. It's absolutely not allowed. And especially going into Gift of Legacy and our smaller communities, and then using that to cross-recruit as well. So there's a lot of rumors going on about the custodians and about what we've done. And I just want to clear all of that up tonight, because you're hearing it from me. You're not hearing it from anybody else. And we are busy with strategies. There's many people that have come in from all over the world that are testing out strategies. And they come to us with these strategies and they ask us about them. And we tell them the same thing we tell everybody. Prove that it works. Get lots of the people in your community through Platinum. And then we will look at sharing your strategy if it's successful with the rest of the world. So I myself am involved in one strategy that we are testing. It's looking really good. But until it is 100% foolproof, we cannot share it with the rest of the community. So if you are hearing rumors saying that I am contradicting myself because I'm going and I'm cross-recruiting, it is absolutely not true. We've worked with many leaders for the last 2 years, and I've got a relationship, and the custodians have got a relationship that has been built out of trust with these leaders. And when we were trying a strategy, we invited some of these leaders to take part, and they know full well that it's not a foolproof strategy, that they are part of an experiment and a test. And when we've proved it, that it works, we will for sure be opening it up to the rest of the community. But we don't like making promises that we can't keep. And for that reason, we have to just test it just like everybody else and their strategies. So with love, I really bid these people farewell. It's a very, very hard lesson to learn when all of your profiles get taken away from you. But if you didn't really work hard to get them and you used other people, do you really deserve them at the end of the day? So I don't like doing this. I don't like eliminating people. But let this just be a warning for anybody that is acting outside of the guidelines. There's no reason to. Gift of Legacy was created so that we don't need to scam. We don't need to be in competition with one another. We are here to uplift one another, take each other by the hand and walk this path together in unity to create the community that this man, Charles Eisenstein, speaks about, to really give truth to what sacred economics is and what we're doing with it. So yeah, let's just work together. And if anybody's speaking badly about our baby, we know what the truth is. We've been here for 2 years. I'm going to share some absolutely incredible stats with you. And then I'm going to hand over to any of my co-hosts that would like to speak. So let me not keep you in suspense because I'm very excited to share these stats. All right, so 12th of December, I thought what a great day to do it so that we can just manifest even more. And what would it take to outcreate the magic that we've created? And just in this last month, there's been some beautiful exponential growth. So we now have 787,786 active profiles in Gift of Legacy. Last month, we were just under, sorry, I've got November written as the same, but in November, we were just under 700,000. So we have actually grown by almost 100,000 new active profiles in 1 month. 100,000 new active profiles, 1 month. On coal, remember, we had 131,189 active profiles in November, and now we've got 192,940. That means in 1 month, we've had 61,751 new profiles that have joined. And that's not where you've actually taken an existing profile and joined a call board. This is new joiners. So very, very exciting. On bronze, it's always lovely to see this. We've got 40,087 new active profiles. So we were on 475,800. We're now on 515,896. 500,000 active bronze profiles. We can just all pat ourselves on the back because if it wasn't for any of you, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be sharing these amazing figures. Silver, 5,599 new active profiles in 1 month. We were on 87,946 in November, and now we are on 93,545. On gold, also still really impressive. It does get less the higher you go up, and that is because there's a lot of people that are still stuck in the lack and mistrust. But for those of you that have followed your heart and gone for it, we have now gone from 27,881 to 29,711 on the gold board. So 1,830 new people have joined the gold board in a month. And then lastly, even platinum had movement. So where we were on 4,929 before, we now have 309 new people that took the giant leap of faith. They gifted $5,000 to their legend, and they brought us up to 5,238 active users on platinum. That is just amazing. Really, really cool. When we started almost 2 years ago, we had 7 people on platinum. 7, and now we're on 5,238. Just incredible. So let's talk about the legends and the money that's created. And let me remind you that if this was a pyramid scheme, I'd be banking a lot of what I'm going to share here, but it's not. So this is peer-to-peer. The money that I speak of is nothing that's been generated by Gift of Legacy. This has been generated by us gifting one another. So peer-to-peer gifting. So 12,708 coal legends have been created. So that is in 2 months. In 1 month, 3,760 legends were created on coal. And we generated $2,541,600 just from $25 gifts. That is just amazing. On bronze, 163,140 legends have completed to date. That's 3,155 more legends in 1 month. And that generated $130,512,000. Silver, we've had 6,625 lucky legends that have all received $3,200. And that generated $21,200,000. And we've created 197 more legends since the 9th of November. On gold, 618 legends have been gifted with $12,800. And that means we've created 35 more legends in 1 month. And that generated $7,910,400. And then lastly, on platinum, in 1 month, we've had 4 legends that have each received $40,000. So to date, 102 platinum legends have each received $40,000, which brings us to a total of $4,080,000. Isn't that just incredible? Wow. So across all boards, Gift of Legacy has created 183,193 legends. So 7,151 more legends were created, and the redistribution of wealth that has been created amongst our global community, let me try and get this right because it's a very long number, is $166,244,000 of peer-to-peer, unconditional, heart-to-heart gifting. And that means that in 1 month, we've generated $4.5 million. Now, I don't know about you, but like those figures are mind-blowing. They just leave me speechless because we created this. I can't stand back with Hercules and Melissa and say that we created this. We did as a community. Every single person that you invited that gifted an unconditional gift has created the magic and the abundance in the world that we have today. So I'm very, very proud of all of us. And I'm so honored and humbled to be in the community with so many people from all over the world. When we started this, I had dreams, and this has way, way exceeded my dreams for the amounts of countries that we're in, the amounts of friends that I've got from all over the world. And what I would like to invite you to do is every day for this month, at least this month, and then you'll get into the habit. Reach out to one person that's in your community that you don't know and get to know them. Share your heart with them. Share your dreams with them. Because the more we share our dreams with one another, the closer they will come and the faster they will come. So thank you so much. That's me in a nutshell. And I'm really, really excited for what the next year is going to bring. And in January, we celebrate 24 months of Gift of Legacy. So thank you so much to all of you. Adele, our little Christmas elf.
Hi, Kens. Wow, those stats are mind-blowing and amazing. I remember 2 years ago, us waiting and spending our Christmas holidays getting ready for GL. And wow, to have walked a journey with a group of people for nearly we've been going for more than 2 years on getting GL going. It's amazing that we have people across the world receiving gifts. The reason I'm so festive and so dressed up is this is the first Christmas in about 4 Christmases that I actually feel the spirit of Christmas. I've decorated my entire house. I've got decorations everywhere. I've decorated my garden with lights. I went and bought my t-shirt because we don't wear sweaters in Africa. It's too hot. And I'm just in a very festive mood. And one of the reasons is because of Gift of Legacy. Gift of Legacy is everything about gifting. That's what our community is about. I don't have to go and sell products. I don't have to worry about binaries or any other kind of thing. Gift of Legacy talks to me in a way that I understand, and it aligns with all my principles. I love my community I live with. But Gift of Legacy has become another community to me. I have made friends across the world, and I'm receiving gifts. I'm sending gifts. I'm so excited to find out who I've got to gift next. I'm really in a festive mood, and because Gift of Legacy to me means one word, and I'm going to switch my video off because somebody asked me the other day, I don't know if I'm spotlighted, I don't think I am, but somebody asked me the other day, what is one word that makes you think of Gift of Legacy? And that word is hope. Because when Gift of Legacy launched, 3 days prior to Gift of Legacy launching, my world was pulled out from underneath. Gift of Legacy launched on a Monday evening, and on the Friday evening, my world was turned upside down, and I did not know what I was going to do. And those 2 years that I've walked with Gift of Legacy have brought me to a point that I see the value. I see the gifts. Not only do I believe in Gift of Legacy, I live it because I send gifts. I receive gifts. I'm part of this amazing theme park that we have across the world. Someone said to me, why are you so busy with Gift of Legacy? Because it's part of my life. Just as much as I'm busy with my profession and my family and all the things I do, Gift of Legacy is part of my lifestyle. And if you love gifting and sending people birthday presents and Christmas presents, and you like giving more than you like receiving, then this is the community to be in. Because when we give, we receive so much more. That's what Candace has just shared with us. And I just want to point out, because you all know I do the posters, right? And maybe there's a poster we haven't shared too often. I've just blasted it on Telegram. It'll go out. But there's a poster that says, GL supports and encourages groups and individuals that invite 2 by 2 by 2 strategies that follow the GL guidelines, joining all 4 boards sequentially and the perpetual cycles. Groups and individuals that embrace the worldwide GL community. We rise by lifting others. We believe our core principle is Ubuntu, and any community, any strategy that follows the GL principles is supported by the custodians, because that is what GL is all about. It's about gifting an unconditional, non-refundable gift to somebody from your heart, and then waiting your turn to receive. And when you receive, it is so beautiful, but it's not going to happen quickly. It's going to take with your energy, with your positivity, and with your belief and hope, because GL has given me hope, and it can give you hope too. Thanks, Cands.
Oh, thank you so much, Adele. Sure, and I remember that. And Adele just took to gifting, and I don't even think she was interested. I think there was so much going on in her life, she had to be begged by Jenny to come onto a call. And I think 10 minutes into that call, she was sold. And thank goodness, because it gave her something to focus on for the last 2 years, apart from mundane life, as we know. It's for all of us, really. So Hercules is here, but I know that he's in Mozambique, which is another Portuguese place. So Portugal, woohoo! So he's not going to come onto the camera, but I think he does have a few words to say. So Herky, I'm just going to unmute you.
Hello, everybody. Como está? I've learned that word in Mozambique from the Portuguese community. So thank you, Candice. And I apologize for not coming on the camera because of connectivity issues. The minute I switch the camera on, my connectivity drops. Nevertheless, I hope you can hear me.
Yep.
Perfect. Just want to thank both you and Adele for an amazing Zoom call that we're having. Thank you to all our community from across the globe that have tuned in to listen to what you had to share and what Adele is sharing. It is absolutely inspiring what Adele just said, and my heart just beat with absolute joy when I hear Adele's journey. And I know there are thousands out there with their own journeys and with their own good stories to tell. We are definitely at the right place at the right time. I am 100% supporting you, Candice, in what you said about individuals that joins our community only to spoil it for our community. We will not accept that behavior. Personally, I have given up a career of 34 years in my profession to fully commit myself to gift of legacy. And as such, I cannot stand by and agree and accept the behavior of certain individuals that will spoil it for me and for thousands of others. So thank you very much for standing by the principles and for standing by our morals, Candice. That is really encouraging, and I love just doing GL with you, with Melissa, and with all our admin people. Thank you very much. I would also wish everybody on this call, if I'm not able to attend in the next week, a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful festive period for everybody. Stay tuned to GL. There's always exciting news to be shared. You are on the right path to get your fair share of abundance. Like Candice said, if we're a unity, as a community in unity, nothing can stop us. We are an unstoppable force, and we are the change that is so much talked about globally every day. We are that change, and I am so blessed and privileged to be part of it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Candice.
Thanks so much, Hercules. So, Carla, would you like to say anything?
Hello, good night, everyone. Olá, boa noite a todos os que falam português. I was translating, so sorry, because I'm never looking at you, but I'm listening, and I read all the messages that are in our beautiful chat. And let me say why I stopped translating at any point. Yeah, I get emotional because we struggle so much during almost these 2 years. I'm with you guys almost 21 months. And you know that we have many fights, many struggles, but we are strong and together. We fight like a real family. And this is so good because we love each other. And let me say, Candice, Valisa, and Hercules, that I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes Adele and me get heart attacks because there are so many things happening, but I'm proud because you are not weak. You are strong, and you fight for our community like no one that I knew. So, yeah, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to be with you guys in this journey. And we have so much more to do. There are so many people that need GL and we must give gel to them because they need to eat, they need to dream, they need to buy clothes, warm clothes for the winter, and we need to help them. And there is no one in the world that can destroy something who were built with so much love and continues to spend and spare love all over the world. There are people here in the Brazilian community that have make a big effort, that make so many change during these 9 months of his life in jail, and I'm proud of them too. And they suffer so much with some leaders that we gave the chance to be with us, but they are strong too, and they are with us, and they will protect our community like hell. So I like to hear Marcus too. Mario is here, but Mario is scared to talk, so let's see. Can I ask Marcus to talk, please?
Please.
Marcos, podes destrancar o teu micro, por favor? O Mário já disse que está ali um bocado assustado ainda. Marcos, tu podes.
Agora sim.
Agora sim.
Pessoal, olá. Olá, povo do
Good
Brasil, mundo. Feliz demais por estar participando aqui dessa live mundial. Já desde antes, já parabenizar a Candice e o Hércules por essa grandiosa, né, tomada de atitude, porque eu gosto sempre de falar, Candice, inchaço é sinônimo de doença. Então, às vezes,
Ok,
inchou
Marcos,
e é preciso, né?
Deixa-me
E é preciso... Traduz, isso.
Marcus is saying that he's very glad to be here with you guys and all the world community. And he said that he's very grateful to Candice, Hercules, and everyone, of course. And he said that when something blows is because he has a disease. And continua, Marcos.
E a gente
Quando incha uma doença,
nós estamos muito felizes por fazer parte dessa comunidade e cada dia mais tendo certeza para onde estamos indo.
he's very glad because, like a disease, you blow the womb, and now we go to a right place.
Estamos completando 10 meses na comunidade, muito feliz, só tenho a agradecer.
They are almost 10 months in our community, and they are very, very grateful.
10 meses na comunidade. Quando eu fui convidado, estava passando um momento muito difícil e eu não queria nem saber de oportunidade alguma. E graças a Deus que a pessoa que me convidou insistiu comigo e hoje eu estou fazendo parte da Legas, né? E ela pôde nos ajudar a melhorar bastante a nossa vida e vida de muitos brasileiros que aqui se encontram na sala.
10 months ago, I have a bad situation, economic situation, and I don't want to hear about GL, but the person who invite him never give up from him. So he's very glad because GL changed in so many ways his life, and he's very grateful.
Muitas das pessoas que uniram aos tabuleiros no decorrer desses 10 meses que eu faço parte da Gift of Legacy, não tiveram a compreensão. Eu demorei um período para compreender que a Legacy não é para enriquecer as pessoas, mas para voltar a trazer dignidade às famílias. E a partir daí, quando as pessoas entenderem que a Gift of Legacy ela é o veículo para voltar a trazer dignidade às casas dos brasileiros e tantas pessoas de outros países, aí sim ela vai voltar a ter paz com os seus amigos, a ter lazer com os seus filhos e, consequentemente, uma
Era?
prosperidade financeira.
Okay. Okay. Marcus is said that at the beginning, he and some persons didn't understand very well the GL. But with time, he and their team understood that the GL is not to enrich the persons. It's not a fast way to get rich, but to give dignity, to give dignity back to the persons who have nothing and who lose everything. And with time, JL will restore this dignity to the human beings again, and then these human beings can help other peoples to get back his dignity too. Fizeste-me chorar, Marcos.
Tá, quero falar, traduz aí para mim, por favor. Quero falar algo meu particular. Falar algo meu particular. Quão difícil estava a minha situação antes da Gift of Celebrons?
Sorry. He wants to share with you how difficult is his personal life before Gift of Legacy.
Eu tenho 20 anos na indústria do marketing multinível, já tive grandes resultados a nível Brasil, até fora do Brasil.
Marcus has 20 years of multi-level business.
Pode continuar?
Sim, Marcos. Marcos?
Isso. E quando eu cheguei na Gift of Celebrons, eu tinha 3 aluguéis atrasados, 3 prestações de carro atrasadas, e não tinha paz.
He has 3 months of his car and 2 of this house later. He didn't pay.
Pronto?
Yeah, sim.
E quando eu percebi que a Gift of Celebrons era o veículo para que eu pudesse voltar a ter dignidade, ter brilho e desejo de viver a vida de novo, novamente, foi quando eu despertei que essa comunidade ela tem algo diferente de tudo que eu fiz em todos os 20 anos dentro do mercado que eu participei. Então, por isso, eu estou aqui para agradecer tanto a Candice e toda a comunidade. E eu gostaria que ela entendesse, mas o Hércules e todos os outros guardiões, eu lembro de Moisés e Arão. Quando Moisés estava cansado, Arão vinha para quê? Segurar o braço de Moisés. Eu quero te falar, Candice, e Hércules e guardiões, que o Brasil está para segurar teu braço e toda a comunidade do mundo para segurar seu braço e o braço dos guardiões. Quero falar que o Brasil está junto com vocês.
You will cry today. Just to warn you. FYI. Ok.
Tá bom, cara, senão eu vou tomar muito tempo. Tá? Só fala isso para ela. Gratidão.
Marcus finish his words. So, 20 years that he has in the market, he didn't saw something equal to GL. GL restore his dignity. GL restore his financial life again. GL show them that he is possible to do a thing like that and help the whole world with GL. And he want to thank you, the custodians, for your strength and all the things that you built for us, because when we arrive, everything is built. And he wants me to tell you that like Abraham and Moses, when Moses get old, Abraham hold his arm to help them to talk to people because he's very old and weak. And Marcus said that our people here and himself and all of us are here to hold your arm, and Hercules and all the arms of the the custodians, wherever you need. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what
we
it's
are
all
here. We are here, Candice. And I know that Mario is ashamed to speak, but Mario are with us, always helping, always talk with people to don't do that. Please stop doing that. This is a scheme. This is a pyramid. You are ruining our community. So please stop. And together we are strong and we mustn't be weak, because we are doing the right thing and we are doing the people. I know that world is not prepared to GL, but we are. So we must help each other. And we are together, as you know. Thank you.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.
Oh, and then I think, thank you so much. Brazil, for some reason, I feel like Brazil is very similar to South Africa in the corruption that our country faces, in the level of poverty that is in our countries, the level of suffering that the people go through. It's very sad. Yeah, the homeless situation in our country has got really, really bad over the last 5 years. And what I love about the Brazilians and the Spanish and the whole Hispanic community is the trust and the sense of community that you all have already. You know, if you say to somebody, come and join me, they do, because they love you and they trust you. And here in our country, there's so much mistrust and we've been programmed to live in so much fear of one another. I really hope that we can just learn from you guys and bring unity to South Africa. And I'm really, really grateful that we were able to touch all of your hearts. And you've really touched my heart tonight. So thank you so much. And I'm going to hand over to Edgar now because he needs to bring some positivity back. Sure. Thank you. Edgar, you're on. Oh, there you go. I think you're still muted somehow.
Now you can't. Now you can, Oliver, please. Please, Oliver, we need you. Okay. Try again. Yeah. Now you're good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I have my microphone because I'm translating, so I didn't want to create the feedback. Awesome. You can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it is my pleasure to be present in everybody's present at this moment. I feel blessed to be part of this community. I joined in 5 minutes into the presentation. I became a legend in goal 48 hours later. The funny part is that I saw the presentation, I interrupted the presenter, and I said, I'm ready to join in. And I didn't let him finish. And when the finally presentation finished that I joined in, I didn't have the $100, but I have committed myself to join in. I called my brother-in-law during the presentation. He transferred me the money to join in. I joined in with borrowed money that I didn't have at that moment. And to me, that was a wake-up call. If I don't have $100 at that moment, I was on a state of emergency. And I did not want to continue being an emergency in my life. So I decided to join Gift of Legacy now as a personal reason, so I can never be at $100 in my life. I've been very blessed with the team we've been like everybody in our ups and down, ups and down. Life is a roller coaster. And we have to get used to that roller coaster. It is part of life. Things gonna happen, regardless we are in gift of legacy or we're not. We need to keep the bar down. We need to keep our attention to our goal. The goal is become legend in platinum. We need to avoid distraction. There's going to be a lot of distraction on your way to platinum. I committed myself that before the end of the year, I'm going to be in platinum, and I keep my words. 2024 is going to be one of the best years that we all have because we have this opportunity. Right now, there's someone on your phone who are waiting for you to call so you can bless with this gift. And this is the perfect time to contact them and share the blessing. This is the time to do it. Let's share the bless with everybody. The world need what we have, and we have it, and we're not sharing it with enough people. And I'm so grateful. I am 100% committed to it. I believe in the system. I believe in the people. I believe in God, and mostly I believe in myself. And my belief is, if it's to be, it's up to me. I don't need to wait for anybody else. I'm gonna make sure that I do what I have to do. I take this very serious, and I always say, there are two people who join Gift of Legacy. The people who are expecting a miracle, and there are people who join in and become the miracle. Let's become the miracle for the many family out there globally that need this. We have the antidote to their cancer. So we have the cure to their illness. We have the solution to their problem. Let's share with the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is my blessing to be part of this community, and I'll see you on the board.
Thank you, Edgar. And Edgar, I just want to mention something. I got introduced to you by somebody that was on Gift of Legacy, and he started playing in another project, another, not a gifting thing. And Edgar and I were chatting the other day, and I said, oh, by the way, did you join your friend? And he said, no ways. You know why? Because he believes that if you want something, you put 100% of your focus in it. And that is why he is successful at everything that he does, because he's not allowing any distractions. Even something that's really working for his friend, he's not interested because he's got his eye on the prize. So I just want to commend you for that, Edgar, because that's a really beautiful skill. And thank you for inspiring me. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And I think it's the perfect time to share one last video that is perfect timing because it's all about the heart and, of course, Christmas. So here we go.
Ha ha ha! Get more out of giving.
So thank you so much for being here. We love you. Let's just keep inviting and growing this community so that we can be self-sustainable and we can rely on each other and nobody else. We don't need governments. We don't need banks. We just need each other. So sending you lots of love. Thank you, Carla, for hosting. And thank you to all of our translators and for everybody behind the scenes. And for those of you that are behind the scenes, you are on the boards and you're inviting. So thank you so much. Sending you so much love. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.